Grandma and Grandpa's house?
Of course.
So I had I sometimes, even though Ellen, we all acknowledge Ellen's smarter than I am, but sometimes I learn things a little quicker. And so when I was about 6 years old, I was at Grandma's house. And remember the back porch that Grandma had out there, especially in the summertime, she had her sewing machine. And so Grandma was sitting there with the sewing machine, and she's pedaling with the sewing machine, and she had her hand on the wheel, and she was making something. And I was sitting on the floor going through all the material scraps from Rudnick and Sons, and I was probably misbehaving, which wouldn't have been hard to believe. And all of a sudden, Grandma, just out of the blue, says to me, "I'm the richest woman in the world." And I'm like looking out in the backyard of Grandma's house. And you all know what the backyard was like, and granted, I'm 6 years old, but I want you to know, because I think my parents always wondered whether I'd make it through school. I really was smart at 6 years old, because I'm sitting there saying, "There's no way my grandmother has the most money in the world." But I was also, knowing that I might want to go into politics, I said, well, it probably wasn't really smart to say, "Grandma, I'm going to challenge you on this." So instead I said, "Grandma, what do you mean?" And that's when she turned to me and she said, "Because I have the most wonderful family in the world." And this was in 1959, Dad. So now, 51 years later, if Grandma was the richest woman in the world, you must be an absolute billionaire.
That's right. Everything's getting underground.
My father used to say that too about family, but you are.
That was very common in those days.
Yes.
So many people were
Families
from other countries.